Again, it contains general ability 10 questions. 1 to 5 will have 1 mark each. 6 to 10 will have 2 marks each. Total there will be 15 marks. And the most prudent way to start your GATE exam is within the first 10 to 12 minutes to complete all those 15 marks correctly. 15 marks would ensure you a rank elevation of around 18,000 in after rather first 12 minutes, which is a great way to start an exam, because most of the ones who start with the core questions generally are able to finish max to max one question. So obviously the difference is prolific. Okay, so let us go ahead. The first question is a 1 mark question, verbal ability, and as is true in 2024 GATE, almost all the streams starting with a synonym or an antonym type verbal ability question. So if arrow denotes increasing order of intensity, then the meaning of the words simmer, seethe, and smolder is analogous to break, raise, and blank. See, simmer means no flames, just the glow of flames. That is called simmering. Seethe means small wisps of flames coming up, nothing great. So it's better than simmer, higher. And smolder is a lot of heat and flames coming. Okay, so simmer, seethe, and smolder are these. So you have understood the analogy and the intensity order. Now break means to break into pieces, means separate into pieces. Raise means destroy. The building was razed to the ground, so the building was destroyed. So you see, breaking is separating into pieces, razed means destroyed. Now let us observe amongst the options which one can be the even more intense form of destruction. Obfuscate. Obfuscate means hide, sort of uh, hiding under a cover, put under cover, obfuscate. Fracture, I hope you understand, fracturing a bone, breaking into two pieces. Fissure means hole or crack. The volcanic lava was oozing out through the fissures in the earth. But obliterate means wiping out completely, completely wiping it out. So break, raise, and then obliterate is the appropriate one, maintaining the proper intensity to fit the blank. Let us move on to the next. This is the second sum, carries 1 mark, and as one can understand is a general logical reasoning type question. Slightly, slightly influenced by numbers, which is a logical reasoning, which is a modern mathematics topic. In a locality, the houses are numbered in the following way. The house numbers on one side of the road are consecutive odd integers starting from 301. Let us suppose this is the road. See, this is the road. So on one side of the road, the house numbers are 301. consecutive odd integers. So 303, 305, 307 and so on. While the house numbers on the other side of the road are consecutive even numbers starting from 302, 302, 304, 306, 308 and so on. The total number of houses is the same on both sides of the road. So the number of houses, if here is x, then here also is x. They are same on both sides of the road. If the difference of the sum of the house numbers between the two sides of the road is 27. So all these numbers summation and all these numbers summation, the difference is 27. Then the number of houses on each side of the road is how much? See, if you notice carefully, what is the difference between 301 and 302? The difference is 1. What is the difference between 303 and 304? The difference is 1. 305 and 306. The difference is 1. 307, 308. The difference is 1. And likewise. So if you add, see, summing them up and finding the difference is equivalent to finding individual differences and summing them up. So that value is 27. So I will say, see, the difference of each one of them is only 1. So 27 by 1, that is 27 buildings must be on each side of the road. So the answer will be 27. Let us move on. This is question number 3, carries 1 mark and is from the topic modern mathematics topic of indices. For positive integers p and q with p by q not equal to 1, which basically implies that p is not equal to q. The implication of this is that p is not equal to q. They have said that p by q to the power of p by q is equal to p to the power of p by q minus 1. So from this we will have to find out which one of the options is the correct one. So let us check. We know that if somebody says a by b whole to the power x, then that means a to the power x by b to the power x. We know that. Also, we know that if somebody says a to the power x minus y, then that means a to the power x divided by a to the power y. I hope we know these two rules of indices pretty well. So by dint of that, we can say that the left hand side is p to the power of p by q divided by q to the power of p by q. We applied this one. And the right hand side is p to the power of p by q divided by p. Okay, I hope you understood. Now, here we used this one. Now, p cannot be equal to 0 because had p been equal to 0, my apologies, no, not p. We cannot say that about p. Yes, by the way, yes, I made a mistake. I made a small mistake. I got slightly distracted actually. So yes, we can say p is not equal to 0 simply because of the fact that had p been equal to 0, then this divided by p would have been undefined. But it is not so, because p to the power p by q minus 1 is a very much defined one given by the examiner himself. So because p is not equal to 0, so p to the power something and p to the power the same thing, they can cancel out. Okay. So from here I can say that q to the power p by q must be equal to p. Now taking the qth power of all of them. So q to the power p by q whole to the power q must be equal to p to the power q. But we also know that a to the power x whole to the power y is equal to a to the power xy. We know that in indices. So here q and q will multiply together and get cancelled off. And the net result that will be left is, for the lack of space I'm writing on top, q to the power p is equal to p to the power q. Let us check which says that, and as you can see that the first option says that. So the first option is the correct one. Let us move on. This is question number 4, carries 1 mark and is from the topic of sequence and series. Okay. Which one of the given options is a possible value of x in the following sequence? 3, 7, 15, then x, 63, 127, 255. So this is simple. See, 3 into 2 plus 1 gives us 7. 7 into 2 plus 1 gives us 15. 15 into 2 plus 1 gives us 31. But we should check. 31 into 2 plus 1. 31 into 2 is 62 plus 1 is 63. So by now we are convinced that we are on the right track. Just check one more. 63 into 2 is 126 plus 1 is 127. We need not check anymore. So we would say instead of x, the figure that should come is 31, option D. Let us move on. This is the 5th question, carries 1 mark. On a given day, how many times will the second hand and the minute hand of a clock cross each other during the clock time of 5 minutes past 12 hours to 55 minutes past 12 hours? Apparently, this sum looked like a serious clock problem utilizing concepts of time, speed and distance. But after reading it, that is the reason why instead of commenting from which background this sum is given from, I read the sum. After reading it, if you know your shortcuts and your concept is clear, this becomes a very simple logical reasoning question. So I would rather say that this sum is from the background of very simple logical reasoning. Let us see what has been said. See, the time is 12:05. Now imagine at 12:05, what is the scenario? At 12:05, the big hand is at, this is 12, this is 1. So the big hand is at 1. The small hand is just a little bit from 12. So I'm not drawing the small hand because here the second hand and the minute hand is coming into play. So this is the minute hand. And where is the second hand? It is exactly at 12. This is the second hand. Okay. So this is exactly 12:05.00, the position of the second hand and the minute hand. Sorry, second hand and the minute hand. Okay. Now, till how much do you have to calculate? 12:55. At 12:55 sharp, where is the minute hand? See, the minute hand is exactly here, right? At 11. I hope you understand. This is 12. And where is the second hand? It still is at 12, right? This is the second hand and this is the minute hand, right? This is the scenario at 12:55.00. See, these two pictures should immediately come to your mind, and I am sure they are not very difficult to fathom. Okay. Now notice that for every minute that passes, the minute hand will move from 1 to just here, and this second hand will move one round. So it will cross the minute hand. When the minute hand is here, the second hand is still here. Then once it goes here, it again will cross the minute hand. So I can say that every minute the second hand crosses the minute hand once. I can say this. Now how many minutes are there between 5 minutes to 12 and 55 minutes to 12? Obviously 50 minutes. So I will say that the second hand crosses the minute hand 50 times in this 50 minutes total. Because look at the last one. It was just 1 minute ago 54, and when it comes here, the second hand comes like this and crosses it once again and then again reaches here. So it crosses the last time there. So the answer would be number C, 50. I hope you understood this. Let us move on. This is question number 6. Carries 2 marks. Is a verbal ability question and is grammar based. Let us look at this. In the given text, the blanks are numbered 1 to 4. Select the best match for all the blanks. From the ancient Athenian arena to the modern Olympic stadiums, athletics dash the potential for a spectacle. The crowd dash with bated breath as the Olympian artist twists his body, stretching the javelin behind him. Next paragraph. 12 strides in, he begins to cross step. 6 cross steps dash in an abrupt stop on his left foot. As his body dash like a door turning on a hinge, the javelin is launched skyward at a precise angle. We have to fill in the blanks with the proper choices. C. From the ancient Athenian arena to the modern Olympic stadiums, athletics hold. It is holds the potential for a spectacle. Athletics is singular. There is nothing called athletic. Athletics is singular, so holds the potential for a spectacle. The crowd waits with bated breath. Waits with bated breath as the Olympian artist twists his body, stretching the javelin behind him. 12 strides in, he begins to cross steps. 6 cross steps conclude means culminate in an abrupt stop on his left foot. As his body pivots, pivots, means move around a fulcrum, like a door turning on a hinge. The javelin is launched skyward at a precise angle. So let us see which option has this. So it is, holds, waits, culminate, pivots. Holds, waits, culminate, pivots. Hold, no, holds. Waits, no, this should be waits. Holds, waits. Acha, holds, waits. Culminate, pivots. So option number D is the correct one. Hope we have understood it. Let us move on. Should be question number, this is question number 7. Question number 7 carries 2 marks. This is from permutation and combination. 3 distinct sets of indistinguishable twins. So we have to assume that we cannot understand who is whom amongst the twins. They cannot be distinguished. Are to be seated at a circular table that has 8 identical chairs. Unique sitting arrangements are defined by the relative positions of the people. How many unique sitting arrangements are possible such that each person is sitting next to their twin? So it is mandatory that every person should be sitting next to their twin. So let us suppose we have 2 sets of twins, 3 sets of twins, AA, BB and CC. Now these are 6 people and so can occupy only 6 chairs. So let us suppose the concept is, since the criteria is that each person is sitting next to their twin, so we say that they should be together, they should be together and they should be together. Nobody and nothing should come in between them, not even a vacant chair. Because then and then only the person would be sitting next to their twin, right? If a chair comes in between, the person won't be sitting next to their twin, right? They will be sitting one place away from the twin. So these are 3 entities. So 3 entities. I tell these 3 entities to stand around this round table. Mark my words, to stand around the round table. They can do so in factorial 3 minus 2 ways, or rather to write it in the present form, factorial 3 minus 2 is, okay, that is equal to, sorry, why factorial 3 minus 2? My apologies. It would be factorial 3 minus 1 ways. That was a silly mistake. Factorial 3 minus 1 ways. So that would be how many? Now factorial 2, that is 2 ways. Okay. Now let us suppose they are standing like this. Suppose this is one way in which they are standing. See, they are together. Now I tell them, select any 6 chairs out of the 8. Out of the 8 chairs. The chairs are all identical. So the selection can be done in one way and sit on them. So I have ensured that all these 6 people have got seated. So now 2 chairs are left. I must insert these 2 chairs also, but I can't insert in between them because the twins must be together. So this is not possible. So how many vacancies can be obtained? See, 1 vacancy, 2 vacancy, and the 3rd vacancy. So in these 3 vacancies, I must insert the 2 chairs. How can I do so? Well, I can take both the chairs and put it in 1 vacancy, or this one, or this one. So that can be achieved in, out of the 3 vacancies, select any 1 vacancy and put the chairs in. Or else I could select any 2 vacancies and put 1 chair each in between them, right? That can be done in, out of the 3 vacancies, select any 2 and put 1 chair each in between them. These are 2 different ways of putting chairs. These are not simultaneous activities. Either you can do this or you can do that. So it will be addition. So the number of ways you can put chairs is 3 plus 3, that is 6 ways. So the total number of ways such that each person is sitting next to their twin around that round table with 8 chairs would be these 2 ways multiplied by these 6 ways. 2 into 6, that is 12 ways. So the answer would be 12 ways, option A. I hope we understood this. Let us move on to the next question. This is question number 8. As can be seen, this is a data interpretation question coming from bar charts and carries 2 marks. The chart given below compares the installed capacity in megawatts of 4 power generation technologies T1, T2, T3, T4. Okay, so I presume this is T1, T2, T3, T4. So this is the installed capacity in megawatts. So this is the installed capacity. And their electricity generation megawatt hour in a time of 1000 hours. So this must be megawatt hour. This can't be read properly, but as far as I can make out, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, I presume it is like that. Too small. Now the installed capacity is given by the bar graph and the electricity generation is given by these crosses. See these crosses out here. The capacity factor of a power generation technology is electricity generation in megawatt hour divided by installed capacity. So electricity generation is given by those crosses and the installed capacity is given by the bar charts. This is given by the crosses and this is given by the bars. The reason I'm writing them down is because uh, because of technical reasons, they're slightly they're hazy, can't be read properly. I'm sure you are having a problem in reading the data exactly. Which one of the given technologies has the highest capacity factor? That means the value of the cross divided by the value of the bar. They must be the maximum. So here I don't think we need to calculate at all, because whatever may be the rate of increase, whatever may be the dimension of the gaps, this is increasing in this direction, this is also increasing in this direction. So the maximum will be provided by the numerator has maximum and the denominator that has the minimum. That will give the maximum. Now, denominator minimum, this is number 1, this is number 2. But this maximum, this is not so, but this is the maximum. So I will say that it should be in T1 just by observation, that the maximum capacity, highest capacity factor in technology T1, the highest capacity factor is obtained. The answer should be T1 just by observation. Speed is of the essence, so we should apply our shortcutting techniques wherever they can be applied. Hope this is done. Let us move on. This is question number 9, carries 2 marks and is an entirely logical reasoning puzzle. In the 4 into 4 array shown below, each cell of the first 3 columns has either a cross or a number as per the given rule below. The rule is given below. The number in a cell represents the count of crosses around its immediate neighboring cells. For example, let us draw a bigger one that's very small. See, why is this one? Because in this cell, who are the neighboring ones? This, this, and this. See, only one cross is there. Why is this 2? See, the neighboring cells of this is this, 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 and this. See, 2 crosses are there. This is 2. Why? See the neighboring cells within this. 2 crosses are there. Why is this 1? See, these are the neighboring boundary. Only 1 cross is there. Why is this 2? I don't know, because this side is not there. So we will have to find that out. As per this rule, the maximum number of crosses possible in the empty column is how much? Now, this has 2 crosses. Now, this neighboring thing would be this one. So at least 1 cross must be here. Now, this has 3. The neighbor of this is this whole thing, out of which 2 crosses are already there. So we know for sure that out of these 3, there must be only 1 cross. Only 1 cross must exist in these 3. Can be here, can be here. Question is whether it can be here. Let us see. Why is this 4? Because out of these, there are 3 already existing. Out of these, only 1 cross can be there. Right? So I will say the crosses then definitely can be these. Now let us see what will happen here. Now for this cell, this is the neighboring, so this will become 1. For this cell, this is the neighboring, so this will become 2. And you see, maximum 2 crosses can happen. Possibly in the empty column is 2. So maximum 2 crosses are possible. Hope we understood. Let us go to the next one. This is the last question of Civil Engineering 1. Carries 2 marks. Clearly by dint of this angle can be seen that it's a problem based on trigonometry. During a half moon phase, the Earth, Moon, Sun form a right angle. Let us suppose this is the Sun, this is the Moon, and this is the Earth. So they are forming a right angle. If the Moon, Earth, Sun angle, Moon, Earth, Sun, Moon, Earth, Sun, so this angle, the right angle is here. Because obviously Moon and Earth can't be at right angles to the Sun. This is measured to be 89.85 degree. The ratio of the Earth-Sun, that means this, and Earth-Moon, that means this. So they want us to find the ratio of these two. So we will say they want us to find out x by y. But we can say that cos of 89.85 degree would be equal to y by x. Now we can, in the scientific calculator, it is pretty simple to find out what is cos 8.95. As far as my memory tells me, it will be 0.0026, something like that. 0.0026. 0.0027. Hey, 0.0026. Let us see whether I'm right or wrong. 0.0026. In the exam, you will have a scientific calculator. You can immediately click and find it out. I don't happen to have a scientific calculator by my side right now. So this is y by x. So what will be x by y? Now 1 by 0.0026. Now what is 100 by 26? 100 by 25 is 4. 100 by 26 would be 3.9 to 3.8, somewhere in between them. So 0.0026 would be 0.0026 would be somewhere between that. It will be this decimal place will go 2 places. So it should be somewhere between 380 to 390. Check whichever options are there. This is the only option. Option B is the correct answer, 382. And I'm sure those of you who are watching this, while watching this, can definitely open the scientific calculators and check out. This I am sure is correct. There will be some other digits, I don't remember them. That will give you a more accurate picture. And then just with the calculator, find the reciprocal and you will get the correct answer. But 1.0025 would have given somewhere around 400. So 0.0026 would be giving you somewhere, less than that. So 380. That would be the correct answer. And with that, we end this paper.